Hello, everybody. Welcome to the week 6 of 2023 roster update for my alt account, the TheLisolRedux. Let's get into it. So, in preparation for this project, I put together a spreadsheet to track my gearing, split it up into 1 week blocks, starting on 1-1, moving to 1-8 to 115, etc. I've split my current farms into 3 tiers, 5 characters per tier, and then additionally shard farms and additional relic levels. Within the tiers, I'm working on relicking 1 character per week, reaching the goal on 1 character, and G11 or G12 on a second. I'm currently working on Star Killer's team and shoring up the teams from the Star Killer requirements. As I deplete my stored up resources, this will slow down to a relic character every 2 weeks or so. I've pre-recorded the gearing I've done for the week, so let's get into it. Alright, so I start by taking Lando up to 7 stars. That's a Cantina farm that is done. So on Fridays and Saturdays, I will be doing Captain Han going forward. I have C-3PO. I'm going to take him up to 7 stars. There we go. I take him up to gear 8, I believe. Well, I got to level him up first. And then I take him up to gear 8. However long this takes. I'm doing this in preparation for Jedi Knight Luke to move towards Jabba. So I'm kind of working on my CLS team as it stands. So I take him up to gear 8. I upgrade all of his abilities. I look at this gear. I don't think I need to take him up any further for the time being. The stun guns are kind of something I'm worried about for right now. Oh, I don't upgrade his abilities just yet. So I take I'm a Gun Die up to 6 stars because he was ready. I just activate the Tusken Chieftain. I'm not working on Tuskens just yet. But adding him adds just a little bit of GP. And every little bit helps in TB. Then I take CLS here up to G12. I'm considering what I want to do here. I actually got really overzealous here. I was supposed to take Visas Mar up to Relic 5, and I kind of screwed up. You'll see what happens here in a second. But I take a look at all of Luke's gear. Luke, Han, and Chewie are shockingly easy to gear. There's very few hard to get pieces to gear them up to gear 12. I know I've got all of that. Oh, I add Vandor to the list here. So I take Vandor up to G12. That's another project that is done from my current farm list. Then I go back and I take CLS up to G12 here. Again, really easy to gear. And I have a lot of banked up Carbantes, stun guns, all that stuff. So I take them up to G12. Let him rest. Go to Chewbacca. I think I take him up to gear 10. I think he's missing those data pads. Yeah. And they're only available via crystals. I'm kind of crystal poor on this account, although that is going to start changing. I take Han up to... what do I take him up to? I actually think I take him up to Relic 5. Still looking at that. I take Chupio up to gear 10 as well. And now I have a working CLS squad. Take a look at his gear. He's missing some kind of hard to get pieces. I think what's blocking me is those the comlinks, the Mark IV Chedak comlinks. Yeah, I need 100 of those and I only had 50. I'm stalling hard here. I think, oh, I take C-3PO up to gear 9. He's missing these hollow projectors or hollow lenses. But I'm out of energy. It is on a node with some Carbontes, so I just hit it once. Didn't get anything. Didn't get anything. When I come back, I think, yeah, I can just take Han Solo up to G13, so I do. I know he's not required for Jedi Knight Luke, but I need him anyway. And I take him straight to Relic 5, because that's what I can afford. Having a good start on this CLS team, and it being Han is very helpful. I would have preferred Chewbacca, but I couldn't get him to gear 12 yet. And now I'm in a position where I'm staged to be able to do one CLS character per week going forward. Han needs to be Relic 8, but I'm going to settle for 5 for right now. And this is where I got overzealous. I spent my mats that I needed for Visas Mar on Han. And I think I realize it right here. Like, oh, I'm stupid. Alright, we look at Luke's gear here. I've got most of what I need for him. Again, I'm crystal poor, so that's not worth buying. Then I go to ships, and I'm working on my Rebel fleet. They've been neglected for too long, and now that I have some gear on my Han and Chewie, it's worth me putting together the fleet so I at least have something to use. And actually, as of this recording, this morning I used my Home 1 fleet, my very weak Home 1 fleet, to beat a negotiator in GAC. I'm willing to spend those Omega mats because I'm actually building the fleet now. It's going to be something that I'm going to use a little bit. I believe the fleet that I used to beat the negotiator was my Gear 10 Home 1, my Dash, Han, and Y-Wing, and then I had the Phoenix fleet and the U-Wings in reserve. And it was close, it was tight, but I got it. I come here, I'm not really working too much on that because I don't have gear on those characters. Finish up the Y-Wing. I don't worry too much about any of these for the time being. Oh, and then I spend a ton of my prestige on this. At the end of this, I think I have like 1,400 prestige. I don't do the basic all the way up because you barely use the basic. Probably could have gotten away with leaving it at level 1, to be honest. But now I have a working Home 1 fleet, and it's actually a lot of fun. I was shocked. On my main, I never used Home 1, so I didn't know how good it was against the Negotiator. So I came back here. I finished up some abilities on Chupio, gave him the Zeta. Then I think I go to C3PO here and I level up all of his abilities. I did the Zeta on Wait For Me. I believe that's the one that I did. I stalled a little bit doing it, thinking about it though, how important it was. Or wait, was it Oh My Goodness? It might have been Oh My Goodness. We'll see when we get there. Let's skip ahead a little bit here. I don't know why I'm stalling here. Oh, that was me looking at the at my main to see which one. Yeah, so I add the Confused Zeta to C3PO. Then finally, after I got my TB rewards, I went and I finished Visas Mar. So that is the completion of my first phase of farming. I'm done with Starkiller and his Rex and everything, and then we're moving on to Jedi Knight Luke. So, as you guys can see, I am finished with this first sheet. I've got full green on the left-hand side, which means I do not have to worry about these characters again for a while. I've got Starkiller, I've got his team working, I've got my Traya team working, I've got my Dash Vandor team working. I'm ready to move on to the next project, which is Jedi Knight Luke. Right now, as of 2/12, I have a G12 CLS, a Relic 5 Han Solo, G10 Chewbacca, G8 Chupio, G10 C3PO, and I have to farm shards for Cholo. And then, because I had gotten the Ewoks done and unlocked C3PO, they were in my initial tier 3. I added Gideon, Dark Trooper, Cara Dune, Pow, and Hoth Scout all to gear 11 so that I have a little more, a few more tools in my toolkit. Currently, I don't have a Trooper team that's worth a damn on this roster, and I don't have a really good geared Mon Mothma team. Both have requirements from my previous farms in them, so I want to bring them up so I get some actual usability out of my next farm. So going from week 5 to 6, I have increased my GP from 4.596 million to 4.655. I have 78 Zetas. This is wrong. It's not 78. It's 81. I have the same amount of Omicrons, which is 9. I have 35 G13 characters. I have 11 G12s and 8 G11s. So my plan for next week for this account is I'm still farming Boosh and Scando shards from Dark Side, Light Side. I'm not doing any refreshes on them because I'm kind of crystal poor, but they're moving along. I'm usually getting about 10-15 shards a week. I'm working on Kairos and Salvage also from Dark Side, Light Side. In Cantina, during the week, I'm doing green and blue signal data. On the weekends, Fridays and Saturdays, I'm going to be working on Captain Han. In the fleet, I'm working on the Raven's Claw since I have a Relic 5 Kyle Katarn, and Mark 12 data pads and Mark 12 HoloLenses. In the stores, Mark 9 data pads is something that I need to pick up every time I see them, and then whatever else I can with my excess currency, of which I have a ton. My goal for next week is to have an R3 to 5 CLS, a G12 Chewbacca, a G12 Chupio, and a G11 C3PO. All right, well, thank you for coming, guys. I greatly appreciate you joining me on this roster journey that I'm doing. I'll be sure to put some links here for you guys. Be sure to follow me on Twitch at TheLisol. Join me in Discord, which is in the link in the description. Be sure to like and subscribe. Comment in the comment section. You know, all the usual shilling stuff. and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.